Hey there, how's it going, champ to be? Let me check out your trainer case. Let's see how many badges you have. 1, 2, 3, whoa. Wow, you already got 7. That means if you can beat this gym leader, you're on your way to the Pokemon League next. That also means this is the last time I get to give you advice. This is it, kiddo. Listen carefully, one last time. The gym leader here is a master of Electro-type Pokemon. That's all I have to say. The rest is up to you. There's the Raichu. It'll either Thunder Wave or Teeter Dance. Or, I mean, it could also just Wild Charge. But I'm expecting something else at the start. Oh, just went for Wild Charge. That's fine. The Wild Charge will actually help it get into a 2-hit KO range for Energy Ball, which is really nice. Will I break through the confusion? No. Will I break through the confusion? No. Will I break through the confusion a third time? I did for the third. Yay! And I'm back to full. Ooh, that's a crit. And I hit myself again. Back to Synthesis. Snapped out. Back up to full. And I'm confused again. Will I get through confusion? I do. Lantern is out. It's going to Ice Beam. Ice Beam, yes. I'm okay with swapping into Almonds. There's the Ice Beam. No freeze. Earthquake KO. Jolteon, can it do? Yes, it can. It's going to discharge. I can swap into Sepia. And now it should just Shadow Ball or Extra Sensory. I can Earthquake. Going to swap into Gamboge for this one. howl. That is pretty spooky. Is that +2? Eesh! Okay, now that it's at +2, a crit can KO Gamboge. Nothing that I have here doesn't risk a crit. I think the play is to go into Sepia if it goes for a wild charge. Yeah, and now it should Iron Tail. Almond survives except for a crit. Of course, it needed to hit as well. Iron Tail doesn't have perfect accuracy. Okay. Defense fell. That's fine. I outspeed. Earthquake kills. Whew. The double howl really is spooky. Made it through. Last trainer. Ampharos is part dragon in here. So Moonblast should do pretty well. I leveled up some of my Pokemon because this is the last trainer before the gym. I left them at 61 in case I want to use them in the fight. And I want to like re-ev train them. I believe I'll need like one level to gain all the stats of EV training. Either way, Moonblast should KO here. I should send in Manectric after this. Magnezone, okay. Oh, because that's Flash Cannon, right? I can't think of a way to get around crits here. I can swap into Dusknoir. No, I can swap into Pavlova on the Flash Cannon, and then it'll most likely Signal Beam, in which case then I can swap into Slaking. So I think that's the play. Okay, Miracle is out. Does this KO? Actually, I'm gonna stay in because I outspeed and it can't crit KO me, so I'm just gonna Flamethrower here. Oh fuck, no. I'm not gonna be able to KO and it can just Miracle and kill me. I'm gonna die to a Miracle, aren't I? Oh! Saved! It literally just used Miracle. I have no idea why I stayed in for the Flamethrower. I could have even, used Fire Fang, because I knew that the Flamethrower wouldn't KO, so I just wanted a little bit of damage. I don't know. The stay-in was not correct because of the Miracle. Ugh. Okay. It's going to Flamethrower me. I'm going to go into Oslo Gray. Thunderbolt crit will not be able to KO me. I'm going to actually swap into Sepia. Yeah, Now I swap into here on a Thunderbolt, hopefully. Yep, cool. And now I can Earthquake. Okay, no freeze, no flinch. That is what I was worried about. Because I have a Quick Claw now instead of a Lumberry. Nice. And the final Pokemon before going into Volkner is Sucker Punch's Earthquake KOs. Nice. Here is Volkner's team. I believe it starts out with a Jolteon with the Focus Sash. So I can't just set up spikes and not have to worry about that, which is a little unfortunate, but whatever. Focus Sash, Jolteon. Pretty good moveset. Notably, it does have Grass Knot, which is pretty annoying for like Golem. It has 2 Rotom forms. Rotom Wash with a Citrus Berry and Thunderbolt, Hydro Punch, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave, and Rotom Heat, which similar stuff, but Will-O-Wisp, White Herb, notably for the Overheat, which is pretty nice, and Intimidate, Luxray with Choice Band, doing some, like, against the Golem, it's doing 50%, crazy stuff. Raichu, Expert Belts, Surf, Focus Belts, Grass Knot, Thunderbolts, and finally the Ace, Motor Drive, Life Orb, Wild Charge, Close Combat, Ice Punch, Earthquake. Yeah, that's looking like all of the ground types, so boom, team done, right? In all seriousness, Golem doesn't do well against this because of the Grass Knots. Similarly, Grass Knot does probably too much damage for Steelix. Garchomp, if I'm at level 62, I do survive. Oh, and I guess this is 62, this is 60, but still, that's not going to do anything. Garchomp, 62. I don't outspeed, but I don't think any of these Pokemon would. And I do take good damage. I would have to take 2 Shadow Balls, but Garchomp seems decent for a starter. Torterra seems okay against the Jolteon. Mamoswine, if I'm at 62. Grass Knot does too much damage. Here, if I'm level 62. Nidoqueen takes very similar damage to the Garchomp, and this is without any EVs either. So I could make it a little tanky if I want, and go for Nidoqueen lead. Yeah, Earthquake with no EVs, KOs. So I could do Earthquake, and if I put in defenses, then I wouldn't even die to like double crits. I would only die to the first one critting for 44%, dropping me, and then the second one also critting. Then it will see Hydro Pump, Ice Fang, Ice Punch, Surf. So it would swap into any of these. Notably, this has Stab on, I mean, that doesn't matter, but it has Water. So Immune, super effective. Immune, regularly effective. Immune, regular, or not very effective. And immune. So it would probably go into Rotom Wash. It's guaranteed to go for a Hydro Pump. I can swap into Jinx, Dry Skin to take nothing from Hydro Pump, and Energy Ball it back. That seems pretty nice. If that's the case, it will see... I can also give Jinx Psycho Boost to then KO the Rotom. Steelix can survive a Crunch crit and a regular Crunch. If double crit, obviously things are different. But I can just Earthquake and KO. It'll swap into Electivire, unless it just swaps into Electivire when it used Wild Charge on Jinx. If it uses Wild Charge on Jinx, and it might swap into Electivire, and then I just get free KO with Earthquake, then it swaps into something else. Let's think about Electivire out here. It's going to most likely close combat. I might be in range of Earthquakes, however. Kingdra can swap into an Overheat, so... And Bubble Beam I can just do Surf at this point. Export, import, and put that up. So currently team of Nidoqueen into Jinx. So Nidoqueen KOs Jolteon. Jinx will be able to KO the Rotom Wash. The Steelix should KO the Luxray. Rotom Heat. I have Kingdra. I do outspeed. And Surf will be able to KO. I think at this point I could swap into Garchomp, tank a Thunderbolt, or tank a Focus Blast on the really small chance that that happens. And I just do outspeed and KO with Earthquake. Togekiss can do it if it goes for close combat. Notably, none of my Pokemon here will bait an Ice Punch, except for Garchomp, but if Garchomp's already out when Electivire is out, I've won. So I only need to really care about close combat and Earthquake, and Togekiss can come in at level 62. I outspeed, and I can put on something to guarantee KO it. Feels weird bringing a flying type to the electric gym, but it does work against the Electivire specifically, and that's the thing that I'm most worried about. Let's get it going. Alright, Challenger. It's not often, but some trainers manage to come and challenge me, but they've all been boring battles. I didn't break a sweat beating them. I'm Volkner. They say I'm the top gym leader in Sinnoh, but anyway, I guess we better get this done. I'd be the trainer who will make me remember how fun it is to battle. Here we go. Jolteon. Moonstone. And here we will actually swap to this. I can Earthquake. Shadow Ball. Was hoping for Grass Knot, but that was less likely. No drop. No crit. We should be good then. The only way this would have gone down is if it had a crit drop. Even if it dropped, then I would be able to survive a crit. And even if it crit, I would be able to survive a crit. It would need to have both of those things happen. Now I Earthquake with a Hyper Potion. I did predict this one! Finally, the 8th gym leader. I predict a full heal. Cool. I went with Leftovers on Moonstone, just for a little bit of extra stuff, and I went Life Orb on Garchomp, in case you didn't see that. Okay, it did go into Rotom. I should be able to swap into Cobalt. Good job, Moonstone. I did Edge because Rotom... Oh. Shoot. I actually didn't check that right now. Summary 145. The issue I just realized right now is because I am sassy nature or quiet nature and 1 speed IV, I speed tie the Rotom Wash. So I should have gone experience share to get that extra level, I think, and then I would have been fine. As is, the only thing that kills me is if it outspeeds and Shadow Ball crits. I think I'm just gonna go for it. It outsped and it missed. Okay, whew. The only way it would have been able to go bad is outspeed hits the Hydro. Wait, it went for Hydro Pump? Wait, what? Did I read that right? Because Shadow Ball definitely can't miss. Did it just not realize I was Dry Skin even though I swapped into? I guess if it doesn't see Dry Skin, then Hydro Pump has a 50% chance of being chosen over Hydro Pump, but it saw that I was Dry Skin. I guess it just... whatever. AI, baby. Rotom Heat did come out. It should be going for Overheat. I can see it going for Will-O-Wisp, but I highly doubt that. Either way, I go into Cyan on the Overheat. White Herb gets back, but that's fine. This one I do outspeed, and I can just surf to KO it. Okay, Raichu. With Raichu out, it should go for Thunderbolt 97% of the time. My guess is to the Jinx and Rotom, it didn't recognize that I had Dry Skin because I didn't heal from it, maybe? That's my guess? I don't quite know, but regardless, Saffron does outspeed the Raichu barely, and can Earthquake. Notably, Luxray is still up. I think during my planning, I had Luxray come out after Jinx, and then later on, I realized that it would be Heat instead of Jinx, or instead of Luxray. So Luxray should come out here, yeah. Intimidate. Oh, but here it's definitely going for Ice Fang. If I'm a Life Orb... Ooh. Ha! With Life Orb, because I put that on, it is a guaranteed KO. So I am okay with just staying in. Unless the Calc hex me up, I should be good. Nice. Glad I went with Life Orb. And Electivire. I outspeed. This is it. My trump card. Well, here's my answer. Okay. I am wondering if I should... I didn't really want to go into Steelix on the Luxray. It would have just been Ice Fanging, which would have been fine. My only issue then is it could have frozen me, and then some weird shenanigans could have happened. Desire. Okay. I even felt thrilled during our battle. It was a decent battle. I swept with Garchomp for a bit, but I feel like that's sort of the point of it. That was the most fun I had in a battle since I don't know when. It's also making me excited to know you and your team will keep battling to greater heights. This is your 8th gym badge. You have all 8 badges. Being a badge lets you use Waterfall outside of battle. And we get 57. Discharge? Wild Charge. Ooh, interesting. That was a pretty clean battle. It definitely went off the rails. It could have gone off the rails if I lost the speed tie. The Rotom Wash used Shadow Ball, and the Shadow Ball crit, and the Shadow Ball would have... Oh no! What am I thinking? I had a Focus Sash. Even if the Shadow Ball crit, I would have been fine. Yeah, that was totally riskless. Actually, the next thing is going to be... Yeah, I'm wanting to do that sort of optional Arcade Star Dahlia, because it seems like a fun one. The team for the Arcade Star, the sort of optional fight, I believe is level 63s everywhere, so my level cap would be 65. We start out with a Focus Sash Speed Boost Blaziken with Baton Pass and Swords Dance. A bit spooky. An Iron Fist Lumberry, Paunchy Dusknoir, Serene Grace, Hurricane Moonblast Flamethrower for the extra confusions, special attack drops, burns, nice. A Zapdos, very good. Pure Power Choice Scarf, Medicham, and that counts here, right? 184 if I switch to something else, yeah. Okay, so it is 184 speed. And finally, Swift Swim, Life Orb, Ludicolo, but you don't have any way of setting up the rain, so that is something. Looking at the Blaziken, I do think Ambipom, if I level it up even to 65, hello? 65, there we go. Fake Out on first turn, 67 plus 112 is not enough. So I could do something like a Silk Scarf. Will still be able to outspeed at +1 because this is a naive Ambipom with max EVs, so it's just going to be super fast. And with a Silk Scarf, Fake Out into return does KO, and that gets around to Focus Sash. Seems like the thing to do. So I should swap into Medicham versus the other two because this has a super effective typing matchup as well. I do get to outspeed, but I wouldn't be able to KO, so it will take a good amount of damage. However, if I do swap into Dusknoir, I do think they'll switch from Medicham because it's just not going to stay in using a high jump kick, or at least it shouldn't. If it does swap, it should swap into Dusknoir. And if I'm level 65, if the Medicham swaps into Dusknoir on a Shadow Punch, an Expert Belt at level 65 will be able to do 100 damage, and then the Shadow Sneak to be able to KO. It'll then look at the other moves, see that none of them are super effective, and go to, because this has Iron Fist, I think it'll see Ice Punch and Fire Punch doing the most damage to Dusknoir and swap back into Medicham. If it doesn't account for like its ability and it has something else, then I think the Drill Peck from Zapdos will come in. And if it does go into Zapdos, then I could do Garchomp into the Thunderbolts. Going for Rock Slides. Granted, Rock Slide can miss, but I can also get some flinches. It'd be nice. I wouldn't have Expert Belt, but either way, 2 Rock Slides should be able to KO, and I can put on like a Lumberry in case Heat Wave burns. Because the Zapdos has a Citrus Berry, I wouldn't be able to 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. Actually, swapping Garchomp from Rock Slide to Rock Climb. Rock Climb has a 95% accuracy, whereas Rock Slide, I believe, has a 90%. So switching it to this will save me on more miss chances. It'll see Moonblast from Togekiss, and it should swap into Togekiss because of the Fairy typing being super effective, whereas none of the other Pokemon had super effective typings. And it's going to use Moonblast here. At level 65, I'll tank a Moonblast just fine. And then I can Iron Head and KO, which does leave Ludicolo. It would either Fake Out or Hydro Pump. Either way, I could go into a Water Absorb Mon like Lapras. Then it's going to Giga Drain here. Water Free at 65. I could swap into the Giga Drain and then Bug Buzz to KO. We got Silk Scarf, Spell Tag, Muscle Band, Expert Belt, Silver Powder, Citrus Berry, and this could be something else, but this is really just a pivot, so I think Citrus Berry just for healing is fine. Okay, sounds good. Should be good here. Everyone's level 65, and I did edge Saffron for the specific reason that if the Medicham does swap out and never gets swapped back in, at level 66 is when Garchomp can outspeed the Scarfed Medicham. So I edged it for that reason. Everyone else didn't get any noticeable difference, so I didn't do that for anyone else. Let the chance do what it does. Life goes through twists and turns, things will go as they will. The sea here is so beautiful, it's relaxing to forget about the troubles and simply watch the tides. Ah, you must be a wonderful trainer. I'd love to have a battle with you. Fabulous, let's begin. Here's Blaziken. And I Fake Out. Look at this damage. Whew. Even with the speed boost, I will be able to outspeed because Ambipom is just built different. And I can return. So now it should send in Medicham. Yes. Here, I can even swap to here. Why not? Medicham should be using a high jump kick on me, and so I will swap into Oslo Gray. Good job, Chartreuse. Yep. Goes through and crashes, taking 50%. Yeah. And I will Shadow Punch. It should swap. No, it just stays in. Okay, this was one thing that I was worried about, which is fine. Because now it should definitely send in Dusknoir. Yep. Okay, notably the Dusknoir will just be using Shadow Punch against me, and so I do the really obnoxious thing of swap to U-turn. Now I will U-turn. Back into Oslo Gray on said Drain Punch. Yeah. Notably, Drain Punch is getting drained PP a lot faster because of the pressure, so I should keep that in mind in actuality. It's used 1 Shadow Punch and 2 Drain Punches. The thing is, I don't outspeed it, which is the main issue. It has a plus speed nature. I do also have plus speed nature, but I didn't ev differently, and it just has better stats. I could have ev'd to be faster than I think, which probably was the play, and I think in my planning I was going to do that, but I guess I didn't. I took a big break between the plan and the fight here, so I forgot some of the stuff that I was wanting to do, I think. Either way, I swapped back into Chartreuse. As long as I don't get paralyzed or frozen here, I'm good. I'm gonna will it into existence though, watch it. Wow, I did not. Okay, Shadow Sneak here. Oh, it has full restores? Oh, man. Okay. Didn't realize this had full restores. The thing is, I don't think it's, it should be 50-50 between Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. And so if I just swap into someone else like Garchomp on an Ice Punch, that's like game over for me. I think the play is swap into Chartreuse one more time, do a U-turn cycle. I would then be risking Oslo Gray to a crit. I think this is the play still. I do one more U-turn. And so this is a time that I'm risking the crit onto Oslo Gray. Certain rolls will be able to KO. Yep, and this is why I didn't go into like Garchomp or anything, because it's just 50-50 between them. And it was a crit, but it didn't hit the roll. There were only 2 or 3 rolls that were able to kill me. The issue is now it should just see any move being able to kill me. Didn't think about that. So am I just going to... Okay, it did go for a Shadow Punch still. I don't know if that was a random thing or what, but here I will just Thief. Okay. Whew. And it is going to go into Togekiss, so now I have to improvise, or steer as some people might say. It's going to be Hurricaning 65% of the time, or Sphering 34%, and then Moonblast 0.2% of the time. It should never Flamethrower, so I should be able to swap into Fuchsia. Did Hurricane, it has Serene Grace, it's most likely going to confuse. It did not. Oh, I've been really, really lucky this fight. Iron Head. Okay, so notably the Medicham is down, Blaziken is down, Togekiss down. and the Dusknoir is down. So all that's left is the Zapdos and the Ludicolo. At this point, it should swap in Zapdos because it sees Heat Wave super effective. Yeah. And so then I swap into Saffron. I think I should have gone Rostberry on here just in case of this Heat Wave. Whew. I've been very, very fortunate. Rock Climb, it should just be Drill Pecking now. Nice damage. Light Screen is up. Interesting. I think that changes what I can do against the Ludicolo. I did get a really high roll on Rock Climb, so I could Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw does 47 to 56%, so it looks like it would be in most ranges. I think the play is still Rock Climb. Okay, I hit the Rock Climb on, so I hit 295s. That's very nice. Okay, last mon is the Ludicolo, but now it's going to be Ice Beaming. Went a lot differently than anticipated, and notably Light Screen is still up. I got rid of Protect for Iron Head just in case I needed to use that against the Togekiss, but honestly Protect might have been better here to stall out a turn. That's just hindsight though. On an Ice Beam, so I could risk Chartreuse on specifically Ice Beam crits. Do Ice Beam crits has a 31% chance to one-hit KO. And if I go into Ambipom, then it would just be if it goes for Ice Beam over Fake Out. I think it might always go for Fake Out. I think I'm going to risk Chartreuse getting crit Ice Beamed on some rolls, because I believe it should just always Fake Out. It did not. Fuck. Okay. And now I can just Fake Out and return. That was not good. So a couple things went wrong there. I didn't re-ev Dusknoir to be faster than their Dusknoir, so that because Shadow Sneak only does 33% minimum and Shadow Punch does 64%, so I would have not needed to do the U-turn shenanigans a lot longer, and also wouldn't have been put into healing range, which is really, really big. I wouldn't have risked nearly as many crits. I would have been able to go along the line much better because Zapdos should have come out against the Dusknoir, which then I could swap into Garchomp, and then the Togekiss would Moonblast instead of Hurricane on Metagross, so I would have dodged fewer crits. I would have been able to get around a lot of more stuff. The Zapdos setting up Light Screen still could have happened, and so my plan against the Ludicolo might have not worked either. But we made it through. I think it was honestly a mistake to do this fight. In retrospect, it was not needed. But it was a cool fight, but definitely unnecessary. And taking risks like that at the end of a Nuzlocke is probably frowned upon. Oh well. Next thing to do is go up and fight some trainers and do Victory Road. There's also going to be a couple of encounters that we can do. Hey, Megadad. What the? You went and got all 8 gym badges of Sinnoh. Ah, that's wicked. I envy you. But don't think you've won. Because I'm going to be the toughest trainer ever. You watch me. Before I was dreaming, I just wanted to be like my dad. Now, things are different. I thought about what being a trainer involves. I thought about what Pokémon are. I thought, we're going to get tougher one step at a time. I'm not going to challenge you to a battle now. I hate to say it, but I know you're tougher than me. But not a whole lot tougher. Just a little. Our difference is about a yard. Nah, not even an inch. What I'm trying to say is, I will catch up to you in no time. If you don't hurry to the Pokemon League, I'll leave you in my wake. Just like your Master Wake, I think. Was that your friend? Seeing how you two got along made me happy somehow. It must be wonderful having a friend like that. A person that you can share anything and everything with. A person you can compete without fighting. It made me feel sort of warm seeing you two. May seem odd, but I'd like to have this as my thanks. We got a metal coat. Thanks. Good luck. Thank you, Jasmine. I believe we have this area, the Pokemon League, Victory Road, and we might be able to get into Route to 224 from Victory Road. I forget. Let me check the town map, actually. Back. Yeah, we might be able to get into 224 from where we are, but that might need to be after the Elite Four. Either way, in the Pokemon League area, this place, we can surf and we can fish. Surfing gets us a Tentacruel. Basically, yeah, it would get us a Tentacruel because we have the Pelipper and we have the Mantine line. So if I want a Tentacruel, that's how I can guarantee it. And fishing will be 75% of the time Love Disc, 10% of the time Corsola. I feel like I should fish because Love Disc did get buffed a ton in this gen, or in this ROM hack. It got a total of 120 base stats added on. It still doesn't have the highest base stat total, but that's fine. It has 125 speed and 95 special attack, and it is also Water Fairy in this generation, or in this hack. This will most likely be... Okay, cool. We got the Love Disc. Nice. Oh, I should have synchronized for a modest nature. I keep forgetting. Oh well. Just quick ball. Cool. There's Love Disc. Docile nature. Okay, I'll take a neutral. I'll take neutral. I definitely would have preferred modest, but neutral's fine. And hydration. Hydration's okay. I'm wondering, because it could have gotten Swift Swim, and I do have Pelipper to set up Rain, so that could have been something. Granted, at 125 speed, base 125 speed, I don't think I would need the boost unless things are choice scarfed within here. I haven't looked through all of the Pokemon yet, but maybe. I mean, hydration is still also very good. It allows me to swap in on Thunder Waves if it's raining, so both abilities are good. Love Disc, great pickup. Okay. I think overall, though, the plan is to just delay until once I get to the Elite Four. So I guess I just need to get through Victory Road and fight Dawn, which should be closer to the end of it. Sounds good. Some of the Pokemon, the trainers within here are like level 67s and such, up to 68s. So it will be a tough Victory Road as well. But I'm here for the challenge. So actually there is one mini-boss within Victory Road as well, other than Dawn, which I didn't see until now, which is Marley, who has cap of 66. Well, they are 66, so my cap is 68. And I leveled these dudes to 69. Okay, so I think I'm just going to make a team for Marley that unfortunately won't be able to use the Garchomp, which is unfortunate because they have a lot of Pokemon that seem to just die to the Garchomp. Oh well.